3.
No fingers, no fingers, no fingers, no fingers.
Hey, hey, hey. Made for a Boss TV, y'all. We in.
We in Made for a Boss TV. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching us on Made for a Boss TV. It's your girl, Nikki, the influencer inside of the Boss Work Media Studio with my co-host.
Hey, y'all. What's up? This your boy Fats, y'all. The big fella. How y'all doing? How you doing, Nikki?
I'm doing good today. How you doing today?
You know me. I woke up this morning. I'm all right.
Man, we above the green.
Yeah.
I love to say that.
Boss Work Media, y'all.
All right, you guys. So we have today on our show, we are joined by a rising star in R&B whose smooth vocals and soulful bars, lyrics, and turning heads across the West Coast and beyond.
Okay.
Born and raised in Sacramento.
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, you're
Close.
not born and raised in Sacramento. Well, he in Sacramento now,
He
and
in
we got him in the
Sac now.
studio today on Made for a Boss TV. Welcome, Lucky Witherspoon.
Sacramento by way of Los Angeles, Inglewood to be exact.
Okay.
He's in Inglewood, but he's Sacktown now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Welcome, man. Welcome. How you doing, Lucky?
Man, I'm doing fabulous, man.
It's good to see you. I'm glad you pulled up on us, man. We
Glad to.
appreciate you pulling up.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for showing up and blessing us with your presence today. I really
Yes, sir.
appreciate you.
Appreciate
Yes,
you, Miss Nikki.
indeed.
Yes,
So
sir.
we're going to jump right into it with roots and personal journey. What was your growing up like, and how did it shape your sound?
Growing up, you got to figure, the typical church whoopings, you know what I mean? And, school.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, family. I mean, that's just where it started from. It's just really organically being with your family. In my family, music and church, they were everything. So
How involved in the church were you? Were you like singing in the choir, playing instruments?
I started in choir when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah, I did as well.
Yeah, I did. My
got
uncle
some
had a
vocals?
church.
Yeah, I sing a little bit. I don't tell nobody.
Yeah, Fabry sing.
Lucky
I
knows
did
that.
not know
I can
that.
tell it right now. Fabry
Yeah.
can sing.
I just
right
don't, I don't let too many people know that though.
Man, well, you heard it today on Made for a Boss TV.
Yes, he can.
Y'all keep that to yourself out there.
Don't tell it to the world.
Don't tell it to
Just
the world.
share it to the
Yeah.
world. No, I'm playing. Well, thanks for coming on. So, who was your biggest influence coming up, musically or otherwise?
Man, my biggest influence is, it's kind of boring, but my biggest influence was my mom and dad. My pops, Jimmy Witherspoon. He was a blues singer as well, but he was a better father. And my mother, Diana Red Williams, another vocalist, gospel vocalist.
Okay.
But those are my influences. I mean, so self-esteem has never been a question. My mother's mother, Frankie Lee Balknight, she also, left a beautiful impression upon me. And just older folks, man. I just always liked older folks, whether it was older kids, older dudes in the blocks. I always liked knowledge.
Pull that mic to you a little bit.
Okay, that's what.
Just grab the little bar and pull it up.
It's probably still working.
Okay.
No, grab the bar part right there.
This one right here?
Right there. Pull it to you a little bit.
Pull it to me like this.
Still working.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay, yeah. So just
Perfect.
older. I just like knowledge. So anybody older is who I listen to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Always.
So, what's your typical process when writing or recording a new track?
That's crazy. I don't have one. I don't nothing. It's nothing typical. It's just when my fingers start moving, I start writing. If somebody asks me to write, I start writing. If I get mad, I start writing. If I'm in love, I start writing. If I'm turned up, I start writing. Somebody, if I gotta cuss somebody out, I start writing. It's just, it's not typical. It's always been in me, and I didn't know it. That's why the question is so dope, because I had no idea. My son got in a little trouble in the NFL, or a little trouble to him, and where he was wondering why coaches, when he was with the Niners, why coach always on me like this? My kid, I'm balling, and I'm like, man, don't worry about it, man. We was in Carson, right, a block away from Compton, where my grandmother raised us. So I'm like, man, I'm at home. He come with the Jackie Robinson, the Dodger cap. I'm like, my son, look at him. He playing here against the Chargers. I'm so happy to see him, and I know he representing the Dodgers for me. I know why he got that on. And I go to see him, and he's stressed out. And I'm like, man, what's wrong? And he said, man, I can't deal with it. I said, what's the problem? He said, they want me to be a fucking monkey. And I said, well, then you need to swing from trees and eat bananas. And he started laughing. He said, what? And I said, yeah, that's what I need. I need that smile. I said, you need to swing from trees and eat bananas. I said, because if you do that, then one day you can choose, what kind of banana you want to eat, what monkey you want to be called, but you got to stay in the game first. Right. And so from that moment, it reminded me that, you got to do something that makes you comfortable. And what I did to make myself comfortable, after every fisticuffs, I wrote. I might have felt bad about myself, for the dude, who I fought, but I would write about it. If I got in trouble at school, I would write about it. If I fell, I would always write about it, and I hid it. So I always hid it in my room, and never thought it was street, that you could get street credit for it. Didn't know that it was intelligent or smart or even an art form. So that's what has always made me comfortable, is writing. So I write poetry, songs, whatever. I just love to write.
Right. Okay, cool.
So the process is, to answer the question, no normal process. If somebody call me to write, I can write. If I hear a melody, thanks to my good brother DOA, I can write to it or across it.
Okay, so we're gonna back up a little bit, right? So Sacramento by way of Los Angeles.
Yes, sir.
What brought you from LA to Sacramento? How did your journey start here, coming from LA, and what made you come
came out here in the 8th grade. My mother, just trying to save my life. She later on in life, a couple years ago, she told me the reason why she brought me out here. Fat Rat's from LA, and we do things a little different there. By 9 years old, I'm the head of the household, so to speak. I'm there to help raise my mom's kids, and whether it's walking down Century Boulevard, carrying people's luggage to make money, to go sell the candy, it's really not what everybody thinks it is. It's just a way of life. Rolling cigarettes, I think you old enough to remember that. Yep. And somebody have you roll 20 cigarettes and give you a quarter. Man, you gonna do that all day long. Cutting grass, whatever.
Carrying people groceries.
You're gonna do that all day long. So we just hustle, And I hung with the older kids, and one day, because I was bigger, and then one day somebody told my mother, they're gonna put dope in his hands next, and she says that's why she got me out of there.
Okay. All right.
I was moved to a different neighborhood from West 67th Crenshaw to the jungle, but I was always going back to the jungle, going back to Crenshaw District on my bicycle.
Right.
And my dad saw me out there. He told her, if something happened to my son, something gonna happen to you. And then she kind of got wind of, from the neighborhood of, that they might be putting dope in my hands next, and she moved me and her daughters out here to save my life.
How hard of a transition was that for you?
I mean, I was just angry because my mother was like at that time, my mother was kind of like in my mind, she's kind of like my auntie.
Right.
Her mother's, I call her mother mommy. At at that time, I didn't call it's just a whole different lifestyle. So her mother was like a mother to myself and to my cousin Dana. We're the two oldest. Her mother was always traveling because she was on Motown. My mother was always working in the medical field, and so she's who had us a lot. And so it was tough. And I just came out here and pissed off, and I fought a lot.
So I want to speak about your writing. So when did you start writing? Was that something that started while you were in LA, or did that happen after you got to Sacramento?
It started in LA. It started in LA. I mean, rhyming and poetry, and
So you also a rapper too, as well.
always, yes.
So you started off rapping.
I'm a rapper
Oh,
first, which is why
wow.
my lyrics will always touch you. Because when you have to rap this long, think about it. Everything got to be profound, but you rapping this many words. For an R&B song, all I need is this many.
Right.
I can squeeze this into this and be profound. If anybody, a lot of people like my tone, and they like, I've been blessed to be around the best musicians in the world, so I
Man.
can't take all the credit, but they like my tone. They maybe like ideas that I come up with, but what I'm hearing is that the lyrics, when they get into them, is working for them.
Okay, dope. That's dope.
You got me wanting to say, bust a little rap
Oh
for us.
man, that's easy.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, then we
that's-
gonna have to
you
go
remember
ahead.
nothing.
Do you remember the first rap you wrote?
I do. I do.
Spit it.
First rap, 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah.
12-year-old
it just-
Lucky.
Just came back to me a few months ago, but as a child back in the city of angels, I sit and think, what would be my angle? And what would I do to keep myself alive? What would I do to keep myself alive? Mom's in church and my pop's a blues singer. Some folks said I become a song arranger. Stayed in school to help myself because knowledge is key to controlling my wealth. And you can have it one day and then the next is gone. While you're asking yourself, what in the hell went wrong? Well, nigga, you went wrong, and that's fact and not fiction. Couldn't handle the cash flow addiction. Started buying yourself those material things, heel skin suits, black silks, and diamond rings, and all those things are fancy, and that's a fact. But if you can't keep them in, they ain't jack.
Okay.
12 years old.
12 years old.
12 years old.
And I was already on them silk shirts at the mall.
And
at
them
the-
cross cords. Them cross cords and them
Oxford
silk.
Street, the silk shirts at Oxford.
I was,
That's what it was. Yeah.
I was
That's what's
dope.
up.
That's
That's
dope.
what's up. Must be something new. Do a lot of people know you're a rapper?
yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. I mean, my first album was rap, me singing on every hook, and went to DOA produced it. It went to
Shout out to
Atlantic.
DOA, man.
Yeah, shout
Derek,
out
Shout
Derek,
out. Shout out.
the
Shout out to
legendary
DOA.
Derek Allen.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, right where we're sitting right here,
Mm-hmm.
the first recording I ever did is in this building.
In this building.
Robert Brookins had a studio
Rest
here.
in peace, man.
Robert
Oh,
Brookins,
wow.
one of
Rest
DOA's
in
closest
peace.
friends and mentors.
Legendary.
Yeah,
Legendary.
he had a. This is crazy. I never thought about that, but he had a studio here. We did a song called "Why." He had us laying on the floor, sitting in corners, singing into the wall. He wanted to make sure that it sounded like a million people on the stick.
Yeah.
And so I did the rap to that. And when I got done, he said, "Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man." He said, "I'm not good enough. I got to introduce you to my homeboy." And I'm like, "Whatever, man. Let's just get to it, right?"
Yeah.
He introduced me to Derek, DOA Allen, and we've been like this ever since. And he
No
just
doubt.
knew that Derek could help with the creativity that I had.
Yes, yes,
So we
yes.
did an album, and once like I said, I was rapping and singing on every hook, and once Atlantic came back and they said, "Well, we want to sign the singer too," and the A&R said, "No, the singer is Luck Bow." That was my rap name. They said the
Yeah.
singer is Luck Bow, and Love Underground California, LUCBEAU. That's what the name stood for. But I told them it was me. They asked me if I could do one or the other, and I just got off a little trip with 40 and Loonies and Booyah Tribe, a little road trip. And I started thinking about it, man. My son had just got a trophy. He was 4 years old. And I didn't miss the championship game because I was coaching him. But I started thinking about it, man. If I sacrifice my soul and not raise my son, then I'm not gonna feel good about that.
Right.
So I never responded to him, didn't take the deal, and I became a daddy. A
Hey.
full-time daddy.
Yeah, shout outs to the dads.
Shout out to the
Yes,
dads,
yes,
man.
yes. Raised a fine son
And daughter.
and daughter. You have a
yeah,
daughter.
She's number one. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Your daughter sings as well, right?
Yes, she's talented singer.
She has music out.
Yes. On,
What's her name? Let the people know what's her name is.
Lexi Tomorrow. Lecsi. Lecsi Tomorrow.
Shout out to Lexi, y'all.
Yeah, on any
Shout out to
platform.
Lexi.
Yeah, she's bad.
Okay.
She got
okay.
music that people can go tap into.
Right away.
Yes, sir.
Right away, yeah.
On all the digital platforms.
Every platform. Yeah.
And y'all go tap in, man. Go check out Lexi.
Wow.
She's cold.
Yeah. Shout out to her.
Family is definitely legendary.
Yeah, no doubt.
So speaking of legendary, how was your father, Jimmy Witherspoon's legacy impact your personality and artistic?
That's crazy. My father, the fact that he affects everybody's personality he's around, because my father, I don't know if I can cuss here, but my father is he's an arrogant asshole, and you know, that's his personality type. You know, he's so dignified, but he really has this way of demanding respect, and I don't, you know, I said arrogant, I mean elegant. He's an elegant asshole. He demands respect. He doesn't want to take it, but he will, and he affects us, man. My son has it. My daughter has it. Everybody, our whole family. He's the nicest person in the world, but he demands respect, and I think that's what he did first of all for me and my family. Is he you know, helped us have the kind of self-esteem that means you'll never be a follower.
Right.
Now, when it comes to who he is as a man, you're talking about clean, spiffy. Man, everything I do is spiffy. My bed is made tight. My house is clean. You know what I mean? Everything is spiffy. That's what I got from him and from my mother. And then musically, he just always had me with him. If I, you know, Playboy Mansion, Parisian Room, wherever, you know, Circle Store, I don't care, wherever he played, if his children can't go, then he's not playing there.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and that, you know, that's where I got the love for music from. Just watching him, you know, I saw so much professionalism too, man. You know, that glass of whiskey, and you know, he always taught me never to dance, just give him the music.
Okay.
I'll say it again.
Oh,
He told you-
wow.
Never dance. Don't dance for nobody.
Don't dance.
He said you're a Witherspoon. He said you don't dance, and we don't sing at home. We sing for checks.
Say that.
Ain't no
man.
singing in my house. We sing for
Shout
checks.
out to Jimmy.
Jimmy
Shout
Witherspoon.
out. Let's throw
Yeah,
that
man.
picture back
Gold
up
piece.
there.
That's a
real
real
quick.
boss right
Shout
there.
And for
out
anybody
right here.
listening that been to his house up in Baldwin Hills, if you was blessed enough to have that man's cooking, because that man was a creative, a full-time creative, and a chef is what he was, even better than the 300 albums, you know, that he created. He was
Baldwin Hills, man. They call it the Black Beverly Hills.
sir.
Yeah.
4200 Don Tapia Place.
Yes, sir. Very familiar with the area, man. Overlooks the jungles.
It does overlook.
Right off La Brea.
Right off of La Brea. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Stalker.
Yes, sir. Right by Dorsey High School.
Correct.
Hey, y'all bring it back. That goes to my next question, okay? Are there any lessons or stories about him that stayed with you?
Yeah, there's two that are profound to me. One time, he had a tennis bag, green shorts, green Adidas, green everything was in there, was green. And I went to Kennedy High School. You know what I mean?
Okay, you went to Kennedy.
Yeah, I ran the football,
Okay.
and Kennedy was green. So I've been seeing this bag in there for years. So I figured them green shorts in there.
You went to Kennedy in Sacramento,
Went to
not Kennedy in
Sac-
L.A.
Went to Kennedy in Sacramento.
There's a Kennedy
Yeah.
High School in Los Angeles
Yeah,
as well.
yes,
Okay.
but I came out
Okay.
here. I would have
Okay.
gone to Dorsey or Crenshaw, but you know, depending on how the argument was going to go.
Right.
But I ended up coming out this way, so I ended up going to Kennedy in Sacramento.
Yep.
Shout out Cougars,
Shout out.
and raised on 21st and Florin in about 16 houses in 5 years, something like that. You know, my mom had to make it happen. Shout out Mama to make it
Shout out
Yeah,
Moms.
shout out Moms.
whatever it took.
Whatever it
Moms did it. Moms did an excellent
Hey,
job,
The
man.
marshals
here.
come, we kept it moving, and turned the next house into a castle. So shout out
sir.
Mama.
Shout
Oh,
outs to
Mom.
moms.
Yeah,
There's your
yeah.
mom right
Shout
there.
out to
Where
all
was
the
y'all at?
mamas. Shout out to
real.
all
Yeah,
the
shout
mamas.
out to all the mamas. Where was
Yeah,
you and your mom at on this picture right here? I see.
That's That's at Harlow's. I was singing her
Sold out show.
singing her song. Yeah, yeah.
Aw, what's her song?
Yeah, her song is man, what's that song? What's her song? I'm tripping. What's her song, man? It's man.
Probably all
It'll
of
come
them.
to me.
No,
Yeah, yeah, it'll come to
all of them is mama's
Look
song.
at them
It's
look at them
mama's
smiles
baby.
right there,
Look
man.
at 'em.
Yeah.
Man, that's a beautiful thing
That's,
right there,
that's
brother.
red right there. That's red. Yeah.
So we do want to go into playing some of your music. What you got out?
Let's listen to some of this Lucky.
What you got?
Witherspoon.
Start
I'm a
with-
fan of
Got
the
out,
music, so
Lucky. What's your latest album I can click on? Is it comfortable?
Comfortable is the one they playing on the radio right now.
Yeah, you can play comfortable. That's cool.
Okay.
Fat Rat's favorite record is Started With.
Oh, you know, Love Changes Things is my favorite.
Yeah.
Love
Comfortable.
changes things. Let's see.
I mean, he got a lot of songs. I mean, I love Lucky's music, period. But
Okay, so I got comfortable is the actual name of the song,
yeah,
correct?
that's the
Okay.
name of the song, Comfortable.
Okay, cool. We're gonna go to
Dope song. I love all his music, but Love Changes Things will be my favorite. I think that's because it's the first one I heard. You feel me? And it's just
Shout
a
out
dope,
Joe Archie.
This is a dope song.
Love changes things and comfortable.
If you grew up listening to real R&B, if you grew up in the real R&B days, you know what I mean, and you love R&B, real love music,
KDAY.
KDAY, KJLH,
Everybody playing KDAY.
Kiss
on
FM.
AM.
you feel me? You're gonna love Lucky Witherspoon, no doubt.
all right. Go ahead and ask another question. I'm like, while I get this video.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I heard you say at the beginning of your career as a rapper and a singer, you said you laid everything down to raise your kids.
Correct.
Was that a tough decision for you?
Not at all.
It was like, this is what it is.
Not at all. It's just I thought, the reason why though is I don't have any regrets is because my father, who was a great father, was gone.
Right.
And it angered me sometimes.
Right.
He was good to me, flew me back home anytime I wanted to. I could leave every Friday, whether it be on the PSA, the Greyhound. I can go home every Friday, anytime I wanted to. But I just didn't. When I thought about it, I thought he was a good dude, and the only thing he could have done better
Be around more.
be around more. And then at some point in time, it came to me that he was doing what he had to do.
Chasing his dream.
He was doing what he had to do, and that was important
And
for him.
when you have a person that's chasing a dream, there will be some sacrifices. Unfortunately.
Right, and that was his. And mine was, my dream was to raise my children. So I chased that dream, and the sacrifice was to put the music off.
Now the cool thing about it is you laid it down as a rapper and picked it back up as an R&B singer.
Yeah.
What made you do that?
Man, because I always wrote. I've always written, and I've always written R&B songs. I've written for other artists in my mind. I would just sit at my day job and just write records for whoever, rock, blues, jazz, pop, standards. I just would write, and I just believed that I could do it. I just believed that at some point in time, my kids were successful because they were dreamers.
Right.
I taught them how to work hard. I always knew how to work hard, but I didn't know how to dream. So they taught me how to dream. Right. So now, once they were successful as adults, I said, "What would I? What's the only thing that I haven't done?"
Chase your dream.
Yeah, let me chase my dream. And I started recording about 6 years ago.
That's dope. Well, yeah, let's get into some Lucky Witherspoon, man.
All right, let's get into some Lucky
The song is called Comfortable, y'all. And it's available on all digital streaming and digital platforms. Go tap in, y'all. Lucky Witherspoon.
Make sure you add me on Spotify, Pandora. Need you to do that for me as well.
Right now.
Right now. It started with how do you do? I heard you like to sing. The words you write, they must mean more to you. Do you like romance? And who taught you love? And what if I never know? I'll be down for you. Whatever you need to make you comfortable, I'll be there for you. I'll make you comfortable, 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 comfortable. I'll make you comfortable, comfortable, comfortable. I'm prepared to save you. That's just what I do. But baby, remember I've been hurt before, just like you. And I got my issues. I know you can't tell. I'll be hiding the truth. I'm learning to love myself, so I can give you love. Tell you I'll be down for you. Whatever you need to make you comfortable, I'll be there for you. I can tell you I'll be down for you. Whatever you need to make you comfortable, I'll be there for you. I'll make you comfortable, comfortable. Sing it, fam. Comfortable.
Okay, Fab
Sing
got
it.
them vocals.
He got the vote.
We need more good music like that, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you, brother. Keeping us in the zone right now. Look, you pretty much a superhero right now, man.
Man,
Music is your magic powers. It's your superpower.
it's fun, man.
That's comfortable.
Comfortable,
love
y'all.
doing it.
Look him up on all
love doing it.
Lucky
platforms.
Witherspoon, man. Spotify, iTunes,
Yes, indeed.
wherever you get your music at, go download. Tap in with Lucky Witherspoon.
Yeah, I got a lot more coming too. Boy,
Let's do one more video of one of our sponsors real quick.
Let's tap in with these sponsors. Who's sponsoring us, Nick?
We're gonna do Roots Lab.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites, y'all. If you want to know if that baby yours, yeah, here you go.
Here
I'll
we
take care
go.
of it.
Roots Lab.
It's happened again.
Hey,
Another man caught in the fallout of false fatherhood. A woman has misidentified the father of her child. Shocking, we know. This preventable tragedy could have been avoided with, oh, I don't know, a condom? Or a quick visit to Roots Lab. But hey, consequences don't wait for DNA. Let's go ahead and roll that Are You My Daddy footage.
Mr. Benning, you are not the father.
oh man, here we go.
You are not
Oh.
the father.
neither one of them was here. Oh no,
Well, I be
It's a
damned.
tragedy.
I
be
told you,
damned.
you can't trust them. But you can trust Roots Lab.
Roots Lab, y'all.
Schedule your appointment today, or pay for that maybe baby tomorrow.
Pay for that maybe baby tomorrow.
Hey, for that
Roots
baby,
Lab, y'all.
baby.
Tap in.
1 million for the whole 18.
You want to know if Lil Junior is really yours, if Lil Shaquita is yours? Tap in with Roots Lab, man.
Shout out to Mac Block,
Shout out to Mac Block
another one of our sponsors.
for all your printing needs.
All your printing needs. Look him up on Facebook, Mac Block, Mac Lab on all platforms.
We design and print Mac Labs. Tap in with Mac Block, y'all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Don't do it yourself. Let Mac Block do it.
Okay, definitely. So we're gonna get back into the show after this. Let me do this one sponsor we got going right here.
That maybe baby.
I mean, she had two. That was
Two that wasn't his.
man. He only got one more strike.
Oh no, we getting into this. This is you.
Yeah, let's tap in
Hey,
and back
let's
in.
tap in.
Why not?
Oh wow.
Why not?
Why'd you write this one?
That's that dark skies. That's that dark skies. That's one of the first ones to take off. Again, it's by Joe Archie playing the upright bass, keys.
Oh, shout out to
Drums.
Joe Archie, man.
Yeah, he's coming. We're gonna bring him in here.
Yeah, we got to get Joe Archie in here, man, and his brother G1, man. Talented brother.
And I was telling Fat Raz, I'd love to bring the whole band so that people could just see the whole vibe, how it's created, and then how it's such a tight family.
Yeah, we need to do something like a tiny desk.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah,
We need to do tiny desk.
I'm in.
Yeah, we need to do something like a tiny desk.
I'm in.
sir.
I'll bring the guys.
What's the name of this song?
This is Dark Skies.
Dark Skies.
Skies, yeah.
Soulful.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Skinny jeans and roses.
Yeah, a lot of people thought this meant something was wrong, but what Dark Skies means to me is, man, if you have problems with your woman, probably never had an orgasm either. You need some of that.
Say that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it's raining, you make flowers, you make vegetables, right? You need a little fire. You know, you need some storms. That's what this one means to me.
You know, the storm helps you appreciate the sunshine, man.
All day long.
Yeah.
Everybody thought something was wrong. We're like, no, this means everything is correct. And violent emotions. You probably know what I'm talking about, Fat Rat.
When I listen to this, I can hear that Lucky at church. I can hear that young Lucky in L.A. looking for a way out. I can hear that Lucky who's the father. You know what I'm saying? A lot of emotion in there.
You know, I also saw great musicians really want it, man. So you hear that too.
You do?
They really, I watched great musicians that worked so hard. They really took music seriously. So this is, the beginning of me deciding to take it seriously. So it's a lot of passion.
Yeah, you can feel it.
That's with
Young Al Green without the grit.
I was with, I was being engineered and produced by the late great Mr. Porter.
Man, rest in peace, man.
Mr. Brian Porter.
Brian Porter, rest in peace.
Did all of this work, man. Early work.
Man,
Helped me create my sound, helped me teach me how to produce my own vocals. But Brian Porter was.
rest in peace to Brian Porter, man.
Soon as I get next to you, storms come.
This guy's it reminds me of the D'Angelo days. You know? Real soulful.
Yeah, I got one of these records coming out. It's gonna take you right back to that era.
Yeah.
It's called Imagination.
Yeah, that's what me and my girl was talking about earlier, the good neo soul days, man.
I got a couple coming for
Music and
Dark skies, I'm floating. I could be loving you more than another. The riverbed
you write all your songs, right?
you. Yes, I do.
loving you completes me.
Right?
Rising ocean.
Phrasing
Long as I'm knowing you
and melodies.
take me for
Deep thinker. Just have so many different things to say.
Yeah, it's pretty much innate, so I appreciate it, but it's innate now.
bring storms. Don't know which way to go. Gotta get back home. Riverbed is dry.
Dark Skies, y'all.
Water tastes like
Go
mud.
to iTunes, Spotify.
Loving ain't so
Want some good R&B music?
skies rain.
Something you can chill with your girl.
Dark skies.
Tap into Lucky Witherspoon, y'all.
You might even cry.
Don't know which way to go. Got to get back.
You might mess around and y'all might do a little something tonight, man. You feel me? Throw that Lucky in there. You might get lucky. You never know. Don't hurt to try.
Ultimate compliment.
You feel me? I get lucky off of Lucky, man.
Dark sky.
Dark Skies, y'all. Lucky Witherspoon. That's dope. So, let me ask you this. We spoke about great Brian Porter.
Hmm.
We spoke about my other gentleman we were speaking of earlier, Mr. Brookins. So let's talk a little bit about Mr. Derek D.O.A. Allen. He has a school or something that's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, talk about that a
Yeah,
little bit.
the DOA project. He's opening up a music school. All of the best. I mean, anybody who's anybody in music is a part of it. They're instructors, some of the best musicians, best songwriters, best producers. They're all involved with the project, and it's a nonprofit. And the school location, I think, is going to be somewhere on Del Paso Boulevard, but we can get those details, later on when he comes around. But pay attention to the DOA project, man. It's DOA Academy. I'm sorry.
It's called the DOA.
The DOA, D-O-A.
DOA. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Academy,
So it's his initials, Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the guys are involved. Joe and Ivan, and just all of the guys that are around here as well. But just musicians from all over, man, from all over the country.
So
part of instructing.
So let's give the people a little bit of a quick look into who. A lot of people might not know or understand who and how important Mr. Derek Allen is. Tell them some of the people who he's worked with in the past, some of his work.
I mean, Bobby Brown, Janet Jackson, Adina Howard, Smokey Norfolk, Tyrese Gibson, Kaylani, young Kaylani, her first music. My kids,
Lionel Richie,
myself, Lionel Richie,
Case,
it goes on and
Joe.
on. It goes Joe right now. He's working on something right now. Y'all look out. He's working on some Joe stuff.
Shout
right
out to
now.
Joe, man. Where you
Shout out
been,
to
man?
Joe.
We need you back,
Joe
Joe.
coming back
he
out,
working
huh?
on the-
Yeah.
He's working
Oh,
on the
that's
mixes.
what's
He's
up.
working on the mixes right now. So make sure you go check it out.
Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, just the list is too long, man.
Legendary.
It just when you go into his office, man, his studio. And you look
I've
at
been
all-
there. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Just the
Those-
plaques and the pictures on the wall. It's like
it's ridiculous.
walking through the rock, like the Hall of Fame or something.
Anita Baker. I mean, how long do you have? I mean,
Right.
how long-
Anita Baker.
Yeah.
It's amazing, man.
Ooh.
And to think he's right here in Sacramento.
Hey, recently, I'll say one of the greatest moments of my young music career was writing a song with him for the Lenny Williams.
Hey.
Wow.
On the way, y'all.
Oh, wow.
It's
Hey.
It's on the way, y'all. It's on the way, y'all.
It's on the way.
Oh.
Didn't you also do something for like Eddie Levert or something as well?
The Eddie Levert, that one didn't take off.
Okay.
But
Yeah, there was some rumors about that, but it didn't. Okay.
yeah, it was
But we're going to put that in the air too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's never too late.
yeah, but
Shout out to Eddie Levert.
yeah, he's bad too. Yeah, did some work on him, so that was a possibility. But yeah, we did get the one for Uncle Lenny, man.
That's
and
dope,
he, and he
man.
is blowing up. Anyway, the timing couldn't be better. He recorded the song here at Ivan Johnson's house, man. I just was sitting there in awe because, Uncle Lenny is reminding me why we do what we do. He was excited. He was coachable, wanted to be
Okay.
coached, and bad. And I'm seeing this man's wanting to be coached, and DOA sitting back saying, wait a minute, he's giving me this from his perspective. So they both were, giving.
Bouncing off each other.
Yeah, it was, and I'm just sitting there, man, like a fly on the wall.
Soaking all this.
Felt like 5 minutes. Felt like I was there 5 minutes. That's how much, how excited I was, and how much game I learned, how much love I saw for the music.
Yeah.
Being in the room with all that magic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope.
Powerful. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, that song is called "Ain't Gonna Never Change." Yeah, it's a bad. That one's gonna be bad. Look out for it.
Yes,
It's a
sir.
step. It's a step record too. I mean, that you could do all the, all the dances and stuff like
Okay.
that. Yes, it's cold.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be looking out for that.
Definitely.
And when it
Yeah,
does come
DOA.
out, man, come back and let us promote it for you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll do that.
Definitely.
You always got a home here, man. So
Appreciate it.
anytime you want to promote something or you got something going on, come tap in. Nikki always, she always keep her door open for you.
Good. Sounds good.
For the
Definitely.
real. You feel me?
And like I said, to answer your question fully, what DOA means to me, man, is he's a brother. He's
Right.
a brother to me, man. He from the first day one when I walked in the studio with him, he told me I would never listen to music the same, that it would be different for me because I had some stuff that I didn't know I had. And he didn't allow no play, no cognacs, no,
Business.
no female. He didn't allow none of that. He just wanted me to get
Reach
up
your
to
greatness.
speed. Yeah, get up to speed real quick. So, but he shaped me, my foundation, but also became a brother, and he's that too. He's a best friend.
Good dude. Shout out, D.
Cold,
Shout out.
cold talent.
Shout out.
So I'm gonna back it up a little bit because I just wanted to ask you one more question about your father. Have you ever sampled a cover or been inspired musically by his catalog?
Oh, good
I
question.
yeah, I'm inspired by his music. I have a blues record right now that I'm working on. It's kind of man, it's wild. It's wild. So it's between my dad. It's kind of right between my dad and maybe Jimi Hendrix. So it's wild.
What's the name of the blues record?
The blues record is called man. Why would you jinx me like that? It is called Agent Orange.
Okay.
And I'm telling you that orange can poison you.
You can poison.
It can poison you.
Yeah.
And that's
can
what
poison
that song is talking about, that poison wine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's a cold record.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing that.
That's inspired by both of them. But I think what he did most for me is sometimes I would go to LA, maybe I'll be out and about with the guys and they'd be like, oh, Luck, he could do the hook for you, or somebody like Domino. One time I'm out there and he's like, man, I need somebody to sing this hook, and they're like, man, Luck could do it. And I'm like, man, so I would do something for Domino. It's still out there right now. It became a moment, became history.
Right.
And but in that moment, I came home and didn't come home.
Right.
My dad is like, you come home first,
Right.
right? And so, but between us, he realized that I was into it.
Right.
And later on in life, man, once I started doing hooks and stuff for people out there, he called me up on stage at Yoshi's one time, just out the blue. And I said, man, if my son got enough nerve to come on this stage with all these legends, including myself, I got enough nerve to call him. Robert Lockwood Jr. on the guitar, walked up, had no notice whatsoever, and I ended up singing a song called Going Down Slow with him, man, and that lit me on fire. And that man sounded like gold on that day. We was in a dry house. I was in a dry eye in Yoshi's. It was cold, a cold moment. So he did that, and then a few months later, he had me sing with him at the House of Blues on Sunset, the old
Man,
House of
he's
Blues.
some legendary places. Yeah.
Okay.
So once I did those two things, I had the bug. That's how he inspired me for real. I mean, he's always just been the best father. So the love, I couldn't love him anymore. For him to believe in me, when the first note was I have had my. Soon as he heard his voice, his tone come out of my voice,
Oh, let me hear it again.
I have had, and I heard him say, "Damn!" Right when all I said was, before I could get any word, the rest of it out. I have had my. He said, "Damn," and everybody in Yoshi started crying, and I knew that was, and I became Superman.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah,
Shout
that's dope.
out. So
Shout
that
out,
was like one of my questions. Do you feel a responsibility to carry on the Witherspoon name in the music?
Not really.
Not really?
No, not really. Not at all. I mean, I just think.
It's just a passion.
I think it's personal. It's my passion. I
Yeah.
think that I have a responsibility to be really good at everything
Great.
I do. To be great at everything I do. I mean, that's kind of what he and his family name and the Williams side. Everybody's just real smart and real good. I mean, real good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
yeah.
not. It's not just him and my mother. I got cousins who are raw. My sister sang in the Far East. I mean, if it's my mother was a surgical nurse. My son's a pre-med graduate. My daughter's in human. I mean, everybody just.
So it
if I
wasn't
go down-
necessarily a responsibility.
got
It was
cousins-
just
Yeah,
natural.
cousins who producing for everybody right now, and Lil Zay in L.A. Everybody's just so they really just go hard. I would say that skill set, the best skill set that my family has passed on to me is hard work
Hard work.
Hard work pays
That's
off.
what's up.
and high
Yes.
IQs. I do like to remind black folks that we are brilliant. High
Yes,
IQs.
speak.
Yes, we are.
I never was taught that, but I've witnessed it from my family and from yours.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
That's what's up.
So, getting into style and image, how would you describe your fashion style and what inspires you at it?
I'm a bippy. I mean, that's it. I'm a bippy. And,
Explain to us what Bippy means.
I'm a black hippie.
Okay.
Okay,
And I do,
okay.
So I do whatever I feel like doing. It throws some people off until it turns them on. But I'm a black hippie, and
Okay.
I just sometimes I wear gangster fits. Sometimes I wear I don't know, maybe some hippie type, colorful type stuff. Sometimes it's a knit hat. Sometimes it's a suit that's tailored. But I really just like that freestyle life of just doing whatever I want to do. And I was mismatching before it became popular. I just
Okay.
did it that way.
Just being in your own
You
lane.
like been a
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of making
yeah.
it popular.
Yeah,
So outfits are an outward expression of you, is what you basically.
Yeah, it's just what I feel like in that moment.
Right.
It's not really about anything else but what I do. I feel like being bohemian today and put on a bunch of loose baggy clothes. I do that. The problem that I have is that I'm 6'2", 250, and there's not too many R&B artists that look like middle linebackers. How am I going to do it like anybody else when I haven't never seen it? No one has ever really seen. Montel Jordan was 6'7" or something like that, but other than that, most R&B artists just are small.
6'2", 250.
250, yeah.
But the amazing, what's really amazing to me is tell them how old you are.
Man, I just turned 60 on March 31st.
What?
Right? That's amazing.
You got to
60 years old.
rewind this podcast. You just turned 60. Because I could have sworn when you were talking to Bear underneath my post, you was like, hey, big bro.
Yeah,
Something you called him big bro.
He is
So I
big
was
bro.
trying to tell my business partner.
Bear-
I said, I think he younger than your brother
No, Bear
because
is
he
big
said
bro.
big bro.
But you know why we call Bear Big Bro? Because he's an old soul.
So, yes,
He's
he
an old
is.
soul. He's so logical. He's so comfortable to, I can't even talk like Bear. I mean, I wish I could.
Yeah, yeah.
He's going to be a much better interview than I'll ever be. because
Shout
he's
out to Billboard
he's
Bear.
So, man, not only is he transparent, introspective, but he just has a flow that's just like what do you call them? Yogis or something like that.
Yeah.
No, he's a bad man, so he's always gonna be big bro to me.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
He's helped me
Yeah.
tremendously.
Black,
Something tremendous.
black don't crack, y'all.
Shout out to
Hey, Big
Billboard
Bear helped me
Bear.
get out of my own way.
Black,
Did he?
Yeah.
Yes, he will definitely do
Yeah.
that. He helped me with this podcast.
Yeah.
He was the first person I went down to Stockton, and he was training me.
Yeah, he
he
cussed
got
me
a
out.
lot of knowledge. He got a
remember.
lot
Cussed me out one
of
morning. He
knowledge.
told me
remember.
to get to work. He told me to get to work, and you know what I did?
got to
I
work.
listened to the old Yogi. I sure did.
That's what's up. That's
Shout outs, big bro.
Oh, Yogi.
Bear.
Oh, Yogi with the butter voice.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Oh,
So yeah, that was a shocker.
Yeah.
So
like I said, but
would you
know,
say before black don't crack?
Yeah, but in the thing that I know about Lucky, because I know him personally, he's my big bro. It's a mind, body, and spirit thing. He's constantly in the gym. He eats right. He eats clean. But the main thing is that his spirit is right, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's all three have to be intact with each other, mind, body, and soul.
and I got to work on that spirit part.
Man, you a good brother. You know what I mean? He's always been there for me if I needed him, and I hope that I've always been there for him
Sir.
when he's needed me. And he's a one of a kind person. And when you have that type of spirit, that shell outside is a representation of your life and who you are.
Yeah.
Some people look older than what they are because their spirit is not right, and they've lived a bad life, and it shows. You know what I mean?
And you know what else too, man? I would say this, and I'll say this to the people. Man, I really love what I do for y'all. I mean, I do it for you. I don't know if it shows, but I really do it for the soul and to tell stories that I've seen, that I believe are real, that I believe are going to be real. So I do it all for you guys. I don't do it for ego. I don't do it for money. I really, really love what I do. I love writing and singing songs, man.
And we can hear it in the music.
I really do.
Yes,
hear
we
it in the
definitely
music.
So
can.
it's real honest.
So what's next for Lucky, man? You got shows coming up. What's next for Lucky Witherspoon?
See, the next thing I have is the Juneteenth block party in Oak Park,
Okay.
right outside the Guild.
Okay.
That'll be June 14th,
Okay.
and got my band and
Live band?
live band, and
Yeah, I'll be there.
I'm, one of the opening acts, Krieger Bailey, Mouthpiece, and then
Oh, Mouthpiece. I went to school with her. We're going to have her on the podcast, too, in
Okay.
a couple weeks.
Shout
Shout
out to
out
Mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece.
Shout out to
Shout out
Mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece,
Yeah.
Krieger Bailey, the guys, and then Digital Underground will be closing out.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
gonna-
That's what's
It's gonna be fire.
up.
We're gonna turn it up.
Oh, that's gonna be
Okay,
dope.
We're gonna turn it up.
I'll definitely be there,
Yeah,
man.
it's gonna be
Yes,
hard.
I'll
Bring your
definitely
lawn
be there,
chairs,
too.
June 14th, right?
Yeah,
your
June
lawn chairs, your
14th.
credit cards, get some artwork or some food or it's gonna be bad.
Oh, that's right, because they don't take cash. It's all credit card out there.
Your cards.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
bring them debit cards, y'all.
Bring them.
That sounds
I'll have
nice.
some merchandise out there for you. I'll have I'll have an album out there for you for sale that you can't get on iTunes. You won't be able to get it on. No, you'll only be able to get it from me.
See, we was just talking about that, huh? About
we
bringing
were.
them records back
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
There's nothing like hand-to-hand sale.
Yeah.
The experience. The feel, touch it, see it, keep it, see the artwork. It makes you feel like you kind of dipping into the artist's life a little bit.
And I want Sacramento to blow this record up, man. It's called Acoustic Soul. I want Sacramento to be proud, and before I put it out, it's just gonna be here. It's gonna be us. We're gonna blow this record up first. A couple dope singles. One will go to social media, but not the album.
Right.
And then one video. I just want to do it in Sacramento, man, and see if we can't organically, see if I can't be the Russell or R&B. Try to do it a little differently. That's how I was doing it before I knew his name. That's what I did. I went to work.
Right.
So I like what he does, and I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, I know. I definitely know Sacramento loves you, man. Every time you work Harlow's or any of these places here, you sell out. Shows are awesome shows. Everybody has such a good time.
They do. My cousin Antoinette, she got at me in my messenger. You got Lucky coming on? I said, you know him? She said, yeah, me and my husband know. We listen to him all the time.
Little Birdie told me we might be doing that thing again in September. So y'all pay attention, Sacramento, September, Harlow's live.
Oh yeah, the ladies love Lucky, man. You have to.
I need to get Lucky on my stage. October 12th,
you
Nikki's
gotta-
15th anniversary.
You gotta fight them away from the stage when you up in there, man, because they own him.
Man.
So, gentlemen, you better treat your woman right, because if she tell you she better go to a Lucky Witherspoon concert, you might not never see her again. I'm telling you right now.
Y'all know Fat Rat ain't right.
It started with how do you do, and there she go.
Okay, so that'll take me to relationships and lifestyle. How much of your music reflects your real life experience with love and relationship?
I don't know who brought her. You brought her to ask me that question.
Skip,
You brought her to ask me that question.
skip.
Get him, Nikki. Get him, Nikki.
Yeah.
Because he's talking about bring your woman and you're going to leave with Lucky. Let's see if we going to really
She
leave
asking
with
for the
Lucky.
women out there, man. They want to know. They want to know.
Let me tell you that my life and my connection and love for women is a complete. It's depicted in everything that I write. Women raised me. Women gave me life. Women give me love. Women taught me how to be safe in life, how to protect myself. As I said, my father was gone a lot, so women are what. That's who shaped me. That's why I learned how to be clean, and because I have three sisters, I'm the only boy in the house, and so it's just my songs are respect to women that I know,
That's
to
what's
women
up.
that I can't stand. You know, it's still respect
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I learned something from it.
Yeah.
You know, if I adore, I write about it. If I have, you know, if I have an argument, I write about it.
Right.
If I think you as a woman have a thought, I'm gonna write about it.
Right.
You know, I just wrote one called Nobody, and I wrote it from the perspective of a woman. Like how do we mistreat y'all? How do y'all feel? Why do y'all always feel so cocky? You know, and you feel that way, but at the end of the day, we seem to treat you like a nobody. And so I wrote it from that perspective. Like me, I'm gonna give you everything that I can, and you still not loving on me? You still not loving on me? Really? It's kind of getting funny now, right? It's up tempo, it's bad, but I wrote that from a woman's perspective,
Right.
Because we don't always treat y'all right. True. So yeah, every aspect of womanhood is and relationships and things that I've seen or believed to be real. Sometimes it's not just like I don't just think of or tell a story like that, but sometimes it's just what I believe it to be. Right. You know, but yeah, it's 100% a part of everything I write.
That's dope.
Hey,
By the way,
great answer.
what you want names next?
Hey, yep. We gonna break it on down. When's the wedding? I was playing.
Get him, Nikki.
Okay, so your career and your future. What song would you say was a turning point in your career?
Love changes things.
Love changes things.
Cold
Love changes
song.
things, yeah.
Hey, can we find that on your platform?
That's a good segue into that song.
Yeah, love changes
It's my
things.
favorite song, man. It's a deep. I mean, because love does change things, man. Love is one of the highest vibrations.
Yeah,
You know, it's the second highest vibration.
yeah.
And you know, when you show people love, it does change things, man. You know what I mean?
You know, there's nobody in the music community thought that I would ever put a record out. So,
Yes.
and they might have been right, but Jay King put it on the radio on KDE.
Oh,
did.
wow.
And once he did that, I had to put. It's the worst artwork that I have on the out
That's
there.
where I first heard of
It's
that.
the worst art because I had to throw it together so fast. He said, "You better get it out now." And so I put it out, and
Because
so
they
that
play you
was-
on KDE every day.
Do they?
Yeah,
every
shout out
day, a few
KDE.
times
Oh,
a day.
wow.
Yeah, 97.5. They
97. Shout out
Shout
KDE.
out.
Yeah.
97.5 KDEE.
yeah,
Yes.
Shout out Jay
yes.
King.
and their fans.
Shout
they're-
out Lucky
they're
Gold.
loyal
Shout out
fans.
One Goal. One Gone, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
One
One
Gone.
The forgotten one.
DJ Barney B.
Barney
Drummer
B,
Cat.
DJ Soup.
Yeah.
Shout out everybody
Hey.
over there,
Queens
man.
at Night on Tuesday.
Queens at Night.
Yes,
Shout out
yes,
to
yes.
KDEE. We love y'all over there, man.
Charmaine, shout out.
Lady Charmaine. How can I forget about Lady
Charmaine.
Charmaine?
Yes, yes. So we're going to get into this
Dosty.
love changes
Love
thing.
changes things, y'all. It's one of the highest vibrations.
Daxter Arterberry.
Shout out
Can't
to
forget the
Daxter
mentor.
Arterberry, man.
Can't forget the brilliant mentor.
Sure, man.
Yeah,
Sure,
from-
financial literacy,
100
man.
point.
HP. Shout out to Hunters Point.
Helicopter.
You feel me? It's the one right here.
Man, I just began to enjoy it.
I love it.
Have you ever loved? Walked in the street, feet on the sand, holding hands and building dreams. Make me believe a heart always beats, and losing just a piece of love. When I'm in your arms, you make me feel like dreams are real. No reason now, just love in your heart changes everything. We are love changes things, makes you a queen. Falling in love's like more than you ever dreamed. But in the days, take me away, show me a place where you and your king can build love, love, love.
wave, laughter, loving, picture frames.
Come on, man.
All I know if we both grow
Big back.
blame all those, yeah. See God in everything we do. When I'm in your arms, you make me feel like dreams are real. No reason at all, just love in your heart changes everything we are. When I'm in your arms, when I'm in your arms, make me
Ryan Porter, producer, the engineer.
dreams are real. No reason at all, just love in your heart changes everything we are. Love changes things.
Okay.
Makes you the queen. Falling in love's like more than you ever dreamed. Up in the days, take me back. Show me
Right with the vocals.
you and your king.
Got a higher fat rat.
I'm gonna do that background thing for you.
Okay.
No, don't do me like that. Nigga, you put me to work. Get out there and sing. Don't Ike Turner me, nigga.
Who inspired?
Look, nigga
Who
gonna be like,
inspires you to sing, Fat
look,
Rat?
look, nigga gonna be like this. Get out there and sing that song. Like old Ike Turner. Remember Ike told Titty? Go on out there and sing that song, man. Yeah, okay, Nicky.
Eat the cake, Amy. Eat the cake, Pat.
Eat the cake.
Man, I could tell y'all a crazy little story about that song.
Yeah.
Real quick, check it out. So I had asked Joe to do I don't do covers, but I had this neo soul vibe of Luther Vandross. Got your love, no need to look no further, don't you? All off beat, all off signature. Don't you know, I got you. I mean, way off beat. It was so crazy and it was so vibey. And Joe Archie said, I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I said, Joe, I got studio time at 8 o'clock in the morning. He said, I got you, bro. No problem. I'm going to knock it out right now. My phone pinged at midnight. I jumped out of bed. He sent me an email, said, man, you don't do covers, man. This is what I'm feeling. Bruh, like, Joe, what you doing? So not only do I got to be at the studio at 8 o'clock, I'm probably going to be up all night trying to write this record. I click play, and I wrote the record in 10 minutes, 8 minutes.
It just came in.
And went to sleep, recorded it the next morning at 8 o'clock, and that's the version.
Wow.
That's it. That's the 4-hour version. The first time, we didn't come back on it. Nothing. That's it. Like,
That's what happens when you're dealing with greatness.
Man.
like DOA said about them Prince mixes. Did you like it when you left? And that's the mix.
When people walk you into your greatness, that's what it is, man.
He told me you do not do covers. You don't even do covers, like.
People see things
Okay.
in you that you don't
You
even
probably
see.
couldn't do it where you like.
Cause I'm trying to change I'm changing the whole song.
Yeah.
By the time I get through is, don't you know that I love you? I done changed the whole song. Like, you can't change Luther's song.
He like, this what we gonna do.
Yeah, we ain't gonna even put you out
We
there
ain't
like
gonna
that.
put you on the cover.
Hey, six years later, I can change Anita Baker's song. Because I know how, you know what I mean?
Yes,
And
yes,
at that
yes.
time, he was like, I'm not going to let you mess this up. Like,
No. I ain't gonna let you go out there like that.
Okay, that's Luther.
Especially with Lufa.
Luther.
That's Lufa.
Like, don't nobody,
Big Luther,
he's
too.
like, look, don't nobody know you yet.
You go straight,
like-
and you go straight to the top.
I was coming for his neck. I was coming for Lufa's neck. Y'all ruined it. Hey, I changed the whole melodies, man.
Everything.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something funny, right? I'm gonna tell you something funny, man. So when when Snoop Dogg first hit the scene with Death Row, right? His first thing he wanted, they was having their beefs with Eazy-E, right? So at the time, he said his main goal at that time was he wanted to go who was at the top. So I'm going, rap is combative, it's testosterone. So he's like, man, I want to go after the top dog. So he said his first intentions when he came into the game was to go after Ice Cube. Ice Cube was that dude then.
Yep.
And he said he going after Cube, and Snoop said, Dr. Dre came and sat him down and said, listen, man, that's what we not going to do. That dude will ruin your career. You will be over with before you
Talking
start.
about battle rap. He said I was Kendrick
They
Lamar.
fresh off of no
I am.
Vaseline.
No, you might want to. You might.
He said Dr. Dre sat me down and was like, listen, Snoop, I appreciate your.
I want to rethink that one.
He said we're not going to do that. You feel me? So that's kind of how with you and Luther. You went straight after the.
I went straight
for
top.
Luther.
I went for, you know what I mean? That's what I did. Same
Young
song,
Bull.
Same song I used to sing when I came home from the club.
Right.
Okay.
Sung it in the shower and everything, huh?
Hey, walk in the bathroom and come,
All them- yeah.
coming out, come out the bathroom and la. It's like, you sing? Like, who, me? Did I?
Did I
Hey,
do
that's
that?
that was one.
Shout
of
out to Joe Archie for not letting my boy crash, man. Thank you, Joe.
Shout out.
Shout out to Joe for not letting my boy crash.
You
man.
talking about an old song where he will tell you what the right thing to do is.
I'm an engineer myself, so I always said anybody who lets an artist walk out of a studio or even come out the booth and that wasn't right, you're a detriment to that person.
Yeah.
Your job is to tell them and bring the greatness out.
Yeah, but you know what's cold about Joe Archie, man? Joe doesn't argue,
Right.
so it's over.
Period. I said
It's
what I
just-
said.
It's so vicious. It's like it's over. Like you don't have. I just sent the break. Oh, I'm thinking about doing this grand piano. No, you're not.
The conversation over.
I start humming this. He said, "No, you're not. That has to be vibey. It has to be music soul child. We haven't had one of those in a while. We're gonna, and the whole record changed.
Because it's a formula to making music. And they sticking to that formula because over the time it's proven that formula works.
Yeah,
So this is how we're going to do this. You know what I'm saying? That's like Dr. Dre. Going in. Dre said, I need you to go in there and say, it's my turn. Go in there, it's my turn. Say it again. It's my turn. He might have you say it 85 times. He been had the one he wanted,
yeah.
but he's just getting you in the...
Sam Bostic.
Yes.
Sam Bostic is the
Sam
same way.
Bostic is a man. He's a
Shout out to Sam Bostic. That's
he's
my
an
boy.
instrument.
Shout out.
He's an instrument.
And Sam Bostic is that way with music and film because he shoots movies too, and he's the same way with movies. Some people that's just the way because they're getting you used to that higher level.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you either gonna get with it or you are gonna get off.
He's
You gonna get
He's
lost.
a bad man. I learned.
Yeah. Shout
learned
out
a
to the
lot
greats,
before
man.
recording with
Yep.
him, man.
Shout out to
He's
all
a
the
bad
greats.
boy.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, we got some dope artists
Yeah, we do.
in the city.
Sacramento has dope artists, man. And
Shout out Sacramento.
shout out Sacramento, man. We got some dope
Trying to
artists.
get
here.
all y'all on the platform. Holla at us.
Yeah.
Made
Tap
for a
in with
Boss
Made for a Boss.
TV.
Y'all bosses, so I mean, where else should a boss be but at Made for a Boss TV?
Okay.
What are you
Made
thinking?
for a Boss.
What's wrong with you? Get on over here.
So where do you see your artistry taking you in the next 5 years?
5 years, I would like to get on some lovely stages. They don't have to be big. I just want them to be lovely. Different countries if I could. UK, seems to like my music a lot. I would love to go there. So in Europe, just Europe in particular. I've had some connections in Brazil as well. So just some lovely stages wherever that is, wherever they have me. I'm just ready to shine differently.
Yeah, it's your time, man.
Yeah, I love to be on Yoshi's. I have to go to. I just have to be there one day, man, because that's where I cut my teeth right with my
Yeah.
dad.
Shout out to Yoshi's
I
too,
think
man.
that
Yep.
moment,
Shout out Yoshi.
I think that moment would be good to be back there.
Yeah, we got to get you at that Hard Rock, that new Hard Rock we
Yeah,
got
that'd
out
be
here
lovely.
too. Yeah.
Lovely. So I'm willing to open up whatever it takes just to be in the most lovely places that I can be.
What about artists? What artists would you love to work with, living or passed away? Who would be your dream? Give me your 3 top artists you would love to work with, living or passed away?
See, I think rocking with Curtis Mayfield would be dope for me.
Woo!
That would have been dope.
Yeah, I love the falsettos and the character and the stories that he tells. I've never looked up to see if he wrote his own stories, but
He wrote everything.
did he? Yeah, so,
He wrote all of the Superfly movie soundtrack.
So I just love this. Yeah, I love
He
it.
wrote all the Let's Do It Again
I
soundtrack.
loved it. I always thought he did, but I always loved the character, you know, in his writing, and just the it just to me what I thought he did was fearless. He wasn't worried about the mistakes. You know, I got one of those songs that I'm scared to share, you know, because I'm worried about the mistakes. But you know, he's an inspiration in that record. Living, my favorite, one of my favorite female artists is Guapale. And I just
Lau
think
just
our
reached
voice-
out to her about coming on Made for Boss TV.
Did he?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she hollered back. So we
Shout
might
out
be
to
having
Guapale,
that.
man.
Yeah,
I think
Guapale.
our
shout out.
voices. I think our
That would
voices
be
would
dope.
Yeah.
would be dope
Yeah,
together.
we're gonna put that in the universe, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
Throw it out there.
yeah.
Shout out to Guapale, man. If you're listening, come on in here and get one in with my boy Lucky
I would
Witherspoon.
love.
I'm
to
sure she would too, because I know a lot of people. I've been around her. I don't know her personally. I've been in the room with her.
Yeah.
She's a very, very humble, sweet person, and I'm probably more than sure she probably get down with you. Bro, 'cause that's what she do. She's a very, very nice lady.
That would be awesome.
That would be super dope.
dope.
I would love to hear that.
And
I'm
then,
up here closing my eyes, imagining it.
Yeah, it would be so crazy just to write it right in the studio and just vibe on it together. She just seems like she has that flow. And then number 3 is 3 and 4, because my idol is Donny Hathaway, and his, you know, besides my father, not living is Donny Hathaway, and living is Layla Hathaway.
Ooh,
So I would like to get down with both of them.
Yes, with both of them. Hey, I think they can make that happen with all this going on today. You can bring out
probably
some
Layla.
of
Yeah,
his
I know some people that know
and,
Layla.
and some of his.
Donny Hathaway would have been dope.
So,
Yeah, you would have to put him in on some gets permission to just put a piece of his music in on.
Maybe his estate
y'all.
might let you do it.
yeah, and I don't even want to. You just asked me. You asked
It just
me,
look,
you asked me
it just
a dope-
sound good.
You
You
asked me a
definitely
dope
want him to
question.
be there.
Yeah,
Just the experience of being around him.
yeah, that
Definitely.
would just be a dream, you know, to
Yeah.
be with those two people in the same spot. That'd be crazy because I just love what they do.
Man, that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be dope.
So, if a new listener were to hear just one of Lucky Witherspoon's track to understand who you are, which one would it be and why?
I would say Soul Soul or Love Without Love. Love Without Love is structure, it's DOA, it's real R&B, it's Kim, it's real R&B. And Soul Soul is everything but that.
Okay.
Soul Soul is Marvin, Curtis, and just, you know, Prince, whatever I want to do. 40 minutes, 45 minutes of just whatever's in my body came out on tape, and that's what it is. So those would be again, I'd have to make that a 2-part, because one of them, like I said, is complete structure, and who I used to fight D about all the time and didn't know why. The reason why is because I wanted to be creative. I thought I just didn't understand his language. That's not the case. I just didn't. I wanted to be creative, and I didn't know what that looked like. He knew I wasn't good enough to be that yet. So now I know how to do both.
Okay.
And so I think that those 2 records, you know, we did a record called Love and Direction. It's a call record we did it for Anthony Hamilton, and of course he ended up so deaf. So I got the record back. But shout out DOA for Love and Direction. It's on the My Story album, so go get that Love and Direction album. Man, we talked for 3 days just about making the record good.
Right.
Not cutting the beat. You ain't cutting no beat. Make the record good.
Okay.
So that structure that song brought me back to the structure that he was teaching me when I was younger, that I was pushing against. Now I realize that depending on the record, it's necessary. So I know the difference now.
That's dope.
And so that foundation came back full circle.
Me personally, I would have loved to hear you do a duet with Angie Stone. Rest in peace.
Nice.
Rest in peace.
That'd be
I think you and Angie Stone would have
It's
made
crazy.
crazy music.
I sing with one of her singers and close friends, Juanita Wynn. So
Okay.
so
Okay,
my first live performance was with her on Broadway on Broadway back in the day.
I would like to hear you
Wow.
and India Irie too.
Mm.
I think that would be dope. And Jill Scott.
Yeah, bad.
I think those are, you know what I mean, y'all would really complement each other.
Yeah, it's bad.
You know what I mean?
Bad
Your
artist.
tone. Because you kind of like, you got different levels. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely would have loved to hear you with Angie Stone, bro. I think that would have been crazy.
Definitely.
Rest in peace, Angie.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on to the show, onto Made for Boss TV. I'm excited. I got to learn who you are.
Yeah,
I always seen you around town,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I want to go to the next show.
Please do.
Yes,
We
definitely.
Definitely
Need to go there fast.
Fat Rat to get you in.
You better know it. You better know it.
Fat Rat to get you in.
That's what's up. So tell the viewers how to find you once again,
Okay.
and just
All your social medias and, you know, how to get in contact with you if they want to do some songs with you, right? You know, whatever. And give those dates out for your next shows, too.
Okay, so if you want to reach me, Lucky Witherspoon on IG, Lucky Witherspoon on Facebook, Lucky Witherspoon on YouTube, on any platform, just type it in. If you wanted to reach me and you wanted to work together, collaborate, want me to write, want me to sing, the answer for me is always yes. So all you got to do is call me and see how we can make it happen.
Or call me.
Or call Fat Rat, and we'll get it done. My next show is June 14th. That is the Oak Park block party,
Juneteenth celebration.
Juneteenth celebration right outside the Guild. Bring your lawn chairs and your drinks and your food and your credit card and come have
Okay.
a ball. We got a Digital Underground just closing out the show. It's always a blast. So that's the next one. And then September, the date hasn't been locked in yet, but September at Harlow's, and we got some special stuff going on for you for that one. So make sure you come through to that.
Yeah, your Harlow shows are always dope. It always sells out, y'all. So make
Yeah,
sure
you
you
gotta
get
do
your
it.
tickets
Yeah.
fast because
Yeah, this one will sell out fast.
he sells out super fast at Harlow's. You know, the show is real intimate, dope show. If you want to go out and have a good time, hear some good music, tap in with Lucky Witherspoon, y'all. Thank you for coming out, bro.
Thanks for coming
I
out. We're
appreciate
gonna
you, man.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you very
Yes.
much.
Thanks
Appreciate
again
you
for
both.
coming out.
got
Come
it.
back again.
Made for a Boss TV, y'all. www.MadeforabossTV on YouTube, man. Y'all go tap in if you want to see this full episode. Go tap in to YouTube, y'all. Made for a Boss TV, all one word. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification buttons, y'all. Come rock with Made for a Boss TV, man.
Yes, and if you would like to be a sponsor on Made for Boss TV, holla at your girl Nikki. DM me, call me at 916-745-9598, and I will advertise you on my platform. So with that being said, I'm going to give my last shout out to my last sponsors.
Made for a Boss TV, y'all.
Made for Boss TV.
Boss Work Media. Shout out to Bilal. Shout out to Bilal. Boss
what's
Work.
the show?
Sell Work.
I know.
My purpose is to serve humanity by every means necessary within my skill set, which includes insurance protection, debt settlement, retirement strategies, business strategies, and real estate. My mission is just go, don't stop. My MO is massive action, zero distraction. I am the connection.
Just go. Don't stop. Just go. Don't stop, y'all.
Just
Made for a
go,
Boss.
don't stop.
Boss
All
Work
right.
Media.
Boss Work Media.
Sell work, y'all.
Wow.
Tap in. And y'all tap in with Nikki's Jewelry. Nikki's Jewelry, y'all. Tap in. Come get you some nice jewelry for a reasonable price. She ain't going to hit you upside the head. You're going to walk out of here, and you're going to look like somebody.
Yes, come look your best for less. Ball on the budget.
Come on. Look your best for less. Come on, y'all. 3.
The teammates.
Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that.